Hello. Uh, well, I have to come back in part two because my last phone update decided that it was going to cut down the amount of time that I can actually record for. So I've had to come back with a part two because I hadn't finished, but I've very nearly finished. So if you haven't seen part one, please look in my list on my channel for part one. It's got these same cards, you'll see it, and I'll put part one into the description, and I'll put part two into the description for this part, because I want to finish off this reading. So I'm not going to go on too much about that, because if I've only got a few minutes again, I don't want it to chop me off partway through. If it does, I will be leaving that there, and so it will be a goodbye, hello and goodbye now, just in case. So basically what we were saying in part one was that you need to recognize where you are. You need to be not having to go through this every day, looking down at the floor instead of looking at the glory all around you, instead of looking, not seeing, oh my God, I hate doing this. I'm so fed up of doing this. When's things going to change? You're not feeling that way. That you're not supposed to be feeling that way every single day. It's normal for a little while, because that tells you that you need to change something. Okay. Now that can be, like I said in part one, either your perspective or your position, what you actually are doing. Now, the encouragement was, again, to release your creative energies. This may be taking up so much time that you're losing out on your joy time. Okay? So you may be spending so much time dreading what you're doing or resenting what you're doing. In your energies are not happy in what you're doing. But this card is suggesting that you release your creative energies, you make use of them in your life. Therefore, you a hobby, continue doing it, do it more, allow more time for it, create new ways of getting to do what you love to do. Because that is the feel-good factor in life. Life's not meant to be lived as a drudge through experiencing nothing good. It's not meant to be lived like that, because that creates a self-repeating cycle that takes you round and round on everything that you do, because it fills you up with negative stash of thoughts and feelings, which come out and really, really, really get in your way of your life and stop you from achieving the happiness that you actually deserve. So, as we said in part one, for those that have not seen part one, you need to connect more with your creative energies by cutting out some time, by giving up some time in the drudgery, okay? Even if it's only creative energies of daydreaming something nice, being on a mountainside or something, or watching, gorgeous things on the YouTube reels, beauty, nature, beauty, loving things. It makes your heart feel good. Allow that good feeling to grow as you watch those good things. If you've got no time for anything else, then just watch those things when you go to the toilet, when you have your lunch break, before you go to bed. Anytime, bring good things in so that it can connect you to the good feeling that you feel when you're doing things like that. If you draw, paint, knit, sew, craft, try and do more of it, because you know how that feels when you're doing it. That's the feeling that you want to bring forward into this aspect of your life. Okay? Because when you can do that, when you can create that bridge to happiness, then that will bring you more happiness. It will take you away from what you out of the negativity that you don't want to feel, so that you can recreate your life in a way that allows you more time to feel that happiness. Otherwise you get sucked down into this whirlpool of emotions. Emotions can be great, they can be happy and joy, or they can be downright horrific and sad and horrible and suffering loss and feeling loss. But always focus on the good, on the happy, on what makes you, on what triggers your good things, your happy feelings, that warm feeling in your heart. Focus on what triggers those instead of what triggers this rough feeling, okay? That is the bridge to happiness that you always carry inside you. That is the bridge, and that will take you towards what's best for you. Now, underneath the deck was this one. You are experiencing a spiritual blossoming. Let yourself feel this. Let yourself know and recognize when you're feeling this way, and that this way is only telling you what you don't want, the things that you want to change. And that's where you bring your happiness, your happy feelings into your life. That's where you start bringing that feeling into your life and building on that, because that's creating your happy bridge towards your happy place. Okay? Because you are experiencing a spiritual blossoming. Even if you're not a spiritual person, it's something that everybody's going through right now. So take a new direction and be open to new experiences, because they're going to take you somewhere where you can always get with your happiness, because that's what a spiritual blossoming is. It's something that lets you know about this stuff that you really, really don't want to be feeling. It lets you know about that stuff, and it lets you connect. It asks you to connect with the good stuff that you love to do. And if you can't physically connect with it at the moment, then imagine it and let your heart feel how good it feels, and lock yourself into that really good feeling of it. And if you don't have time to sit and imagine, or if that doesn't actually work for you, because everybody's different, then use the YouTube reels or the Facebook reels. Everybody says stay off those things, it's bad for you, but choose what you want to watch. Choose to watch the good things, the uplifting things, the nature scenes. If you can't get out in nature, watch the nature scenes and let your heart feel that fullness that you would feel if you were out in nature, in your favourite place. I love mountains and woodland, but yours might be beaches or gardens, you know, but focus on them. Focus on the things that make you laugh. I'm not saying the things where somebody falls or hurts themselves. Yeah, they make us laugh, but that's at someone else's expense. They must be up for it because they've posted it, but not everybody agrees to be recorded these days and then posted on Facebook, not everybody's in agreement with that. So just understand that difference. You know, is this coming from a higher place or is it coming from a lower place? The higher place is that somebody's up for the joke. The lower place is that somebody's recorded it and they're laughing at them, but that person may not have agreed to that. That is a complete distinction in what is uplifting. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to get cut off again. So, bye for now. And if you want to see part 1, I will say goodbye here and keep droning on, see if it cuts me off. But until it does cut me off. But if you want to see part 1, just look in my list. It will be there. And this will be marked as part 2. Part 1 will be marked as part 1. This is part 2. It's up to you whether you want to see part 1 because I've quickly summarised what was in part 1. So I'm going to say bye-bye now. Send you lots of love, lots of healing. Send you lots of healing to all your chakras. Oops. My cat fell off the radiator. Okay, she fell off the radiator. Now, I'm going to send you love right up your chakras, up your chakra field, and strengthen and balance your chakras with all this love. Okay. And I ask that this energy begin to balance and heal you. Take in the energies of that stone and let it glow in your energy field and let it balance your chakras so that you can have more access to the real life that you want to have. Bless you. And may your guides guide you well. May you be open to your guides so that they can guide you well. Goodbye.